Today, guys, we'll be discussing the sacking of Jimmy Thelin and his time at Aberdeen and how it maybe didn't go so well. If you enjoyed these kind of videos, remember to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and let's get into it. Jimmy Thelin started his time at Aberdeen in the season of 2024-25. Obviously, he got appointed in May, and then he came in June, and obviously that appointment was brought with excitement because Aberdeen took their time to get the appointment correct, but we didn't know really what to expect. Aberdeen fans, like, if they done a lot of research and they found certain aspects of his game that could be good. So the season started and Aberdeen were the best team on form by far. They were top of the league until probably November time, October time, and then it collapsed. It completely collapsed, but it kind of picked up a wee bit again. But they finished fifth that season, which was probably disappointing in the fact that Aberdeen fans, but successful at the same time. But obviously, the league season might have been a bit disappointing, but they won their first Scottish Cup against Celtic in the final, and it was a very good final. And obviously, it went to penalties. But when you go to penalties against Celtic, you just expect Celtic to win, but they showed that day how good they were to continue to play well. And I think that was a downfall for Brendan Rodgers after that cup final, to be fair, in regards to with Celtic. But with Aberdeen, that was Jimmy Thelin, and we're like, they could go on and maybe finish third in the league, split the Old Firm possibly, like Hearts have done this season. But I don't think they spent as well as they could have in the correct areas, because obviously that meant they qualified for the Conference League. And obviously had the opportunity to go into Europa League, but they didn't get that. Obviously they qualified for the Conference League this year. It was terrible. They got beat 6-0 off at Athens, which is embarrassing when you look at it, because it's the Greek league, and Athens are not even the best team in it. Obviously, that said, the league season didn't go that well either. They continued to dry up as well. They couldn't score goals. There were too many poor results. They went in many winless streaks. The Aberdeen fans kind of lost faith, I would say. Definitely lost faith. And that's where it came a bad start. It was like they picked up form again. They were getting many wins, and it just collapsed pretty much. And Aberdeen probably, they saw this coming, but I feel like it could have been backed a bit more. And in the sense of, like, I feel like it has to fall on the players, because there's so many managers that have not succeeded at Aberdeen, and they should be succeeding at Aberdeen, because one of the best resources in the Premiership, you've obviously got Pataudry, and the owner invests a lot of money into the club, and he's very honest with the fans, so you would expect a good core, essentially. But he's been sacked today, the 4th of January 2024, so maybe not a happy new year for him, but we'll talk about who's the early favourites to get the job. As I said, this will be his early favourites, so I wouldn't maybe not pin my name on it, pretty much, but I think this one's very realistic. These two are very realistic managers. One's Stephen Robinson, because as we know, at St Mirren he's been a stronghold in what they're doing. Obviously, the top 6 they've got the most times outside the Old Firm. They've won the League Cup. He's continued to show competitiveness against all the top teams in Scotland. They even got to Europe a couple of times to challenge against small teams. So he's done very good at St Mirren. I think it would definitely work up at Aberdeen, and it would be a big step. It would be like Dennis McInnes has obviously worked at Aberdeen before, but it's like Derek McInnes when he went for Kelly to Hearts. Like, you know he's a good manager and you expect him to do good. I know, that said, I know he worked at Aberdeen, but it was like a reset when he went to Kelly. But I think this would be like a boost for Stephen Robinson if given the right materials. This one's realistic because he's played for them. Scott Brown, obviously, at the end of his Celtic career, decided to go to Aberdeen, and he's doing very well at Ayr United, and the style of football is very unique. He's got Stephen Whittaker as his number 2. If they went to Aberdeen, I think they could really do something special. I know Scott Brown gets on with the United owners, that's the thing maybe that kind of puts him out the picture, but this could be a next step for him to maybe one day get that Celtic job, because I'm no doubt in his mind I think he'll want that eventually. And obviously the situation at Celtic isn't the best now, so if he goes to Aberdeen and does well, you never know. A couple of other names, Tony Docherty, I do see that happening, but I don't know. He failed at a club like Ross County, you know what I mean? It's a bit of an iffy one, so but he done well at Dundee FC, so you don't know, you know what I mean? The Motherwell manager's been liked, but I doubt that. He won't leave Motherwell for another Scottish club, I don't think. That's all the managers who have kind of been linked. There's been a couple of like random kind of manager links. There's been Uwe Rosler. He's German. Don't have much information about him, but if you look to look up for yourself, because obviously I'm doing this in very short notice, but I would say all of them, maybe Scott Brown or Stephen Robinson. I think St Mirren, he's done all he can. Scott Brown can definitely progress his career as a manager. But if you enjoyed this video, people, remember to subscribe to the channel, just add them on all your socials, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.